As I mentioned earlier, we were the number 6 rated team in the world at that time. We had had great success. In 2005, we finished 4th in the World Championship. In 2007, we finished 4th. In 2009, we finished 6th. And then we won it in 2011. The difficulty we had all the time, though, was whenever we got into the playoffs at the end of the tournament, we would have to come up against these best teams, these Cuban, American, Japanese, Korean teams, where baseball is actually the #1 sport. Here in Holland, as you know, it's not. If I had my business card redone again, I would have it say that my job is basically, I'm a perception management specialist. Okay, that's what I do within the job I do. I manage perceptions. And what do I mean by that? Well, my point of view, my perception, whether it's negative or positive, becomes my reality. Okay, and my reality will eventually determine what my expectation will be. Okay, if I have a very negative perception of something, then my expectation is most likely a very negative one is going to happen. And as I mentioned to you, when we played in our tournaments, we would get to the playoffs in 2005, and we were just happy to kind of be there at that point. And we ended up being 4th. We would lose to those teams, and we would lose to them mostly because our perception was we didn't think we could beat them. Okay, we didn't think we could beat Cuba and the United States and Japan and Korea because we had a lot of negative perceptions about ourselves when we went against those teams. #1 is they had thousands and thousands of players of which to choose from. We had hundreds and hundreds of players to choose from. #2 is, and most determining within baseball, is pitching. Okay, the pitcher is a very, very powerful player within our game. He's the one who actually initiates the game. It's one of the only 2 sports that I know of, cricket being the other one, maybe you guys know another one, where the defensive team has the ball. Okay, so in baseball, the pitcher initiates it by throwing the ball to the hitter, not at the hitter, to the hitter. The hitter hits the ball, and the team reacts to the ball. Okay, well, what we had is we had a negative perception about our chances against those kinds of teams when we got into the finals. And the reason was that pitching is so powerful. To give you some idea, at the Dutch level, our pitchers throw about, I know there's American people here, so I know you guys can all do the kilometers and stuff yourself, but I still struggle with that once in a while. But they throw about 140 to 144 kilometers an hour, so up to about 90 miles an hour in our league. In the leagues, when we play at the top level, the pitchers average between 152 to 162 kilometers an hour, so from 94 to 100 miles an hour. And that's from about 16 meters away when they release the ball. The actual distance is 18 meters, 60 feet, 6 inches. But when they release it, it's about 16 meters away. So to give you some indication, it takes 3/10 of a second for the ball to come out of the hand and for you to hit it. 3/10 of a second. Okay? So blink your eyes, you're too late. Okay? So our perception when we get against these guys is it's very, very difficult to hit because the velocity is so quick. It's so changed. It's so difficult to do. To give you some idea, in our world, the best hitters in baseball hit on average